I'm going to raise 3 questions today and answer them, so we can all understand together the power of forgiveness. Question number 1, what is forgiveness? Question number 2, why is forgiveness so powerful? Third question, how do I forgive? 3 simple questions, but these questions are the hinge to having effective cross-racial relationships. I know the pundits say that we're living in a post-racial America. And they point out that statement simply because an African American is in the White House as president. But if that was true, their statement, and it's not, we would not see such a divided church racially. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made this statement in the 1960s. 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings is the most racist hour in America. Why did he say that? Because blacks worship with blacks, whites with whites, Asians with Asians, Latino with Latino. People tend to congregate with people of their own race or sometimes their own ethnicity because of their comfort zones. Today, some 40 years later, only 3% of congregations in America have at least 11% of the congregation of a different racial makeup than the majority, 3%. So when the social pundits indicate that we're living in a post-racial America, they are not accurate. People are still struggling with this thing. Maybe you are too. Jesus placed a straight commandment out there. He said, love your neighbors as you love yourself. And neighbor doesn't mean the guy who's living next to you. It means people that are in your sphere of influence. Well, what is the answer to the first question? What does forgiveness mean? Well, it means to set free. It means to release. It means to pardon. And by the way, academic research on the topic of forgiveness is a relatively new thing. And in fact, universities like Stanford University, they're throwing tons of money into sociological studies to understand the phenomenal power behind the simple act of forgiveness. Some universities are trying to understand it in regards to violence against children and how children are experiencing freedom through forgiveness. Others are looking at it based on ethnic cleansing, like what happened in Rwanda and Bosnia. And they're looking at the scientific research data that supports how forgiveness can help alleviate the pressure and the hatred and the backlash of mass violence. We've only looked at it from person to person oftentimes, but we've not looked at it on a broader technical level, but it's worthy of those kinds of investigations. Question, what does forgiveness mean? Answer, it means to pardon, to set free, to release. The imagery of that word in Greek society, I say Greek because the New Testament was written in Koine Greek, K-O-I-N-E, or classical Greek. It was the image of a bird in a cage. And someone came and opened the door to that cage and shooed the bird out. And when the bird was released, then it was said, the bird's forgiven. Forgiveness is to set free. The interesting thing about forgiveness, though, is that when we really probe it, we are the encaged bird. Forgiveness is a gift of God to you. Forgiveness is a gift of God for you.